Have been using for over a week and the coverage is great. Easy to mount even on high ceilings and hides the wires nicely. Was having problems with existing coverage and this fixed the problem. Blends in nicely and light can be turned off. The light was very noticeable, but this can be changed in the software. Software is required for setup but not needed afterwards. Works for Macs as well. My Wi-Fi used to suck, even though my house is not that big and I had an expensive new wireless router. I tried a wired Wi-Fi extender, but it didn't do anything for me, so I decided to go enterprise grade and fix my problems once and for all. I bought a new Ubiquiti Unifi UAP-AC-PRO, and am glad I did. The setup was a bit more involved than a typical home router, but the performance is worth it. My house now has no dead spots, and even in the far corner I still have no noticeable performance decrease. I am not exaggerating when I say this connection is on par, both in speed and quality, to a wired connection. If you are on the fence, buy this AP. Very powerful and extremely easy to use. The setup software is the best I've encountered. This is one of 4 access point I installed in my home. I would also recommend the Unifi Cloud Key Gen 2, and the Ubiquiti Edge router. Install and setup is easy through the Unifi app. My 1,650 square feet home finally has perfect 5G band wireless coverage at every corner. My old ISP modem/wireless router worked well if I was close to it. Running a computer for streaming on my TV, plus mobile devices proved to be a real struggle until now. When running a speed test, my old Wi-Fi would get full speed 100/100ths in the same room as my ISP modem. It would drop down to 30/30 in the living room and in the far corner of the master bedroom it would go down to 5/5ths or 10/10ths on a good day. Now I get full speed 100/100ths everywhere in the house. Just one of these centrally located in my single-story place does the trick. Smile, it also performs well without having it mounted to the ceiling or wall. My wife didn't want to see it, so I placed it above the doorway leading to our kitchen. It just sits flat, completely hidden above a door, and works perfectly. I ran a flat Cat6 cable along the baseboard to connect it, and that is also unnoticeable as it matches the color of the baseboard. I've personally had enough of consumer grade products and went for the enterprise grade, and am sure glad I did. The Unifi controller is very easy to work with and fairly intuitive if you have a basic understanding of how to set up and manage a network. Even if you are a complete newbie, you can get this up and running without much difficulty. Before creating and connecting to your wireless networks, I recommend upgrading your firmware and running a RF environment scan. It was neat to see how congested some of the wireless channels are in the 2.4G band, mostly from the neighbors and their wireless networks. Once that completed, I was running on the least utilized channel. There are endless cool features available to a nerd such as myself to mess with. I highly recommend this AP. Considering the cost of the high-end consumer routers and this, it's a no-brainer. Plugged it into my existing Nighthawk R7000, fired up the software, and away I went. Gave it the same SSID as my existing network, and the transition was seamless. Click link in description for more reviews.